He's an actor, he's a comedian, he's a rapper, and he is the chairman of the TV network Teen Nick. This kid is a one-person media empire. And he has a baby on the way with wife Mariah Carey. Please welcome Nick Cannon.
You can call me a kid. I'm a kid.
I can't. I have known him a long time.
Absolutely.
And Puppy was saying you're a one-man empire, but we got to focus on you're going to be a daddy. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're expecting you and Mariah. Okay, so how did you find out? How did your wife tell you she was expecting the baby?
It was like I came home and it was like a pile of pregnancy tests in the bathroom, all saying yes. Like, so she was just having a good time.
Do you know the sex?
Not yet. We don't.
Do you want to know?
We're trying to wait. Everyone says that's one of the most amazing surprises that you can have in life. So
because it's like, wow.
Yeah. It is.
But you know, we like to plan, so we're holding out right now. But then they're talking about what color you're gonna paint the nursery and
there's all that
stuff.
You can decide all that later.
That's true.
You know, I've known Mariah. You know how fond I am of her and how close I feel to her.
You guys have a wonderful relationship.
Yes, we do. And I was so sad for her when you had a miscarriage.
Yes.
And that's tough to go through. So we rejoice that this has happened.
Well, thank you. Well, that was the thing, too, because when you're under such scrutiny from the media and, from the day that people found out that we were married, they were thinking, oh, it's a shotgun wedding and she's pregnant. So even when we were pregnant the first time, trying to hold on to it, and then when we lost the pregnancy that time, it was just a weird gray period that you don't really know what to say, or should you have told people, or do you tell people? So this time I was just like, let's be positive, let's keep the faith, and let's tell everyone early, and that's what we did, and it's been beautiful thus far.
Is the shotgun wedding anymore? It seems like a throwback. Everybody's in a shotgun wedding.
2 months, right? You guys are dating 2 months, and you're about to celebrate like 3rd anniversary.
Yes.
That's amazing. It is.
They said we wasn't gonna make it.
But now I want you to clear something up, because people, I don't think, realize that you actually are the chairman of the board of
Teen
Nick.
Yeah.
That it's not just a job title, you actually do the work.
Yeah, people thought it was a gimmick. And I'm not usually sitting there doing that either. People thought it was a gimmick. I mean, we do a lot of promos and interstitial programming that I'm sitting in my office telling jokes. But I run the network. It's a day-to-day job, 9 to 5. I'm in the 40th floor at 1515 Broadway, just sitting in my office making decisions.
So you call yourself an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Well, tell us what that is.
I'm a businessman at heart, or actually I would say I'm a businessman in my mind and an entertainer in my heart.
Because you have people don't. Elizabeth and I love you in the movie Drumline. If you ever saw Drumline, Nick Cannon was the star of Drumline. Yes. Did you play the drums in Drumline?
You know what we had to do? That was about 10 years ago. I wish I could still do that. But it was about 6 hours every day for 2 months before we started shooting.
Before you started shooting?
Yeah, so I still have scars on my hands. I slept with drumsticks taped to my hands so I could be the best drummer at that time.
So when you say entertainer, I want to say what that is, because like Whoopi said, you rap.
Yes.
You are a comedian. Everybody knows you're doing stand-up comedy. You're an actor. You had a show called Wild 'N Out on MTV, which was one of the #1 shows. You have a media company. You host the #1 radio morning show, and you're the host of America's Got Talent.
When do you have time for Mariah?
That's my #1 job. That's the priority.
When do you sleep, Nick? How do you do all of this?
Honestly, I don't sleep much. And when I was young, I was the kid with ADD. They diagnosed me with ADD, ADHD, the high-def version.
That must be the key to success.
So I had so much energy. Now that it's just, I spread it out throughout the day. That's what I learned as a kid, that I was getting so much sleep. I would wake up and have so much energy, and it was like, wake him up in the middle of the night and make him stay up, and he'll be normal.
Right now you're doing something with even more energy, and that is that you have what's called, it's the second time you're doing it, the Nick Halo Awards. which are very important for teenage kids. Tell us about the awards.
Absolutely. I got tired of seeing all these award shows where it's just a bunch of celebrities kissing each other's butts and giving each other awards, telling them how great they were. I said, let's use that celebrity and shine that spotlight on young teenagers who are doing extraordinary things in their communities. And HALO literally stands for helping and leading others. There's no agent of change that does anything too small or too grand. It's you can help someone across the street, or you can literally, there's some people that, you know, have saved child slaves in Africa at 17. And it's just really connecting celebrities with young people who are doing wonderful things. And the award is actually a baton, because it's like passing the baton to the
And
next
when are the
person.
awards? When does this all take place?
This Friday at 8 p.m. on Teen Nick. So we're really excited. It's the second year. It's awesome.
It's an extraordinary thing to do and put that in the hearts of young men and women out there, too. I think that's remarkable.
Thank you.
You also have had such a journey. I mean, at 15, you're in the business.
Yes.
17, you were a millionaire. By 19, you lost all your money. And you obviously bounced back to success. But,
Right.
like, talk about that gray area. Like, what happened?
I was foolish. I was a kid with money, and, you know, being in this industry and just spending it on things. And actually someone who's been like a big brother to me in this industry has been Will Smith. And he was the first person to tell me, like, don't do that. I did the exact, I went broke. Don't buy that car. Don't lease a house in the Hollywood Hills. And he was exactly right. So I tell all young people out there, save your money, please.
Right. That's right. So now, we want to thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
You know, you can catch the HALO Awards Friday night on Teen Nick. Check your local listings. Watch it with your kids. It can't hurt. We'll be right back.